In the heart of Zanora City, a place filled with towering buildings, flashing billboards, and the constant hum of traffic, lived a man named Dayo. He was an ambitious man, always looking at others and wondering why they had more than him. He had a stable job as an assistant manager in a growing company, but he was never satisfied. Every morning as he walked to work, he saw expensive cars speeding past him. He saw men in sharp suits stepping out of their luxury vehicles, their shoes shining like polished glass. He saw young men on social media posting pictures of vacations in exotic places, wearing designer clothes, and dining in high-end restaurants. Dayo would scroll through his phone late at night, looking at these pictures and asking himself, why not me? Why don't I have this life? His colleague James had just bought a new car, a sleek black sedan. James was younger than him, but somehow he was already living the dream. Dayo couldn't understand it. We work in the same company. We earn the same salary. How does he afford this? Dayo started feeling restless. His apartment suddenly felt too small. His clothes felt too cheap. His phone felt outdated. The more he compared himself to others, the more miserable he became. One evening, while having a drink at a local bar, Dayo met an old friend, Tony, who had become a businessman. Tony wore a gold watch, had a thick silver chain around his neck, and talked about money like it was nothing. Dayo, my brother, Tony said, patting his back, why are you still struggling with a salary? You need to start making real money. Dayo leaned in, eager to hear more. Look, Tony said, lowering his voice, I have a way you can make quick money. No stress, no waiting for salary at the end of the month. Just one smart move, and you're rich. Dayo's heart pounded. This was it, the opportunity he had been waiting for. What do I need to do? He asked. Tony smiled. Just trust me. I'll introduce you to the right people. But you have to be serious. This isn't for everyone. Dayo hesitated. Something about it felt off. But then he thought of James's car. He thought of the luxury lifestyle he wanted. I'm in, he said. Tony introduced Dayo to some men who ran a business. They didn't wear suits like the rich men Dayo admired, but they drove expensive cars, had wads of cash, and spoke with confidence. The deal was simple. Dayo had to help move some special packages from one part of the city to another. No questions asked. The pay was 5 times his monthly salary in just one night. His first job went smoothly. He carried a briefcase, delivered it to a location, and walked away with an envelope full of money. His second job was even easier. More money, no problems. Dayo upgraded his life quickly. He moved to a bigger apartment, bought designer clothes, and even purchased a second-hand luxury car. He started posting pictures online, showing off his hard work. James noticed the change. Bro, what's your secret? James asked one day at the office. Smart investments, Dayo replied, smiling. But deep inside, he knew he was walking on thin ice. One night, Tony called him. Dayo, we have a big deal tonight. You in? Dayo hesitated. He had made enough money. Maybe it was time to stop. But then he thought, one last deal, and I'll be set for life. He agreed. The job was different this time. He was not just delivering a package. He had to carry something across town himself. The pay was triple the usual amount. Dayo drove through the city with the package in his trunk. His hands were sweaty, his heart racing. Then flashing blue lights appeared in his rearview mirror. Police! His entire body went cold. He pulled over, trying to stay calm. The officers asked him to step out and open the trunk. At that moment, Dayo knew his life was over. Inside the package was something illegal, something that would put him in prison for years. He was arrested on the spot. The same men who had welcomed him into their world disappeared. Tony's number was unreachable. Sitting in a cold prison cell, Dayo finally had time to think. He thought about his small apartment, the one he once hated. He thought about his old clothes, his simple phone, his quiet, decent life. He had lost everything trying to chase a life that wasn't his. Months later, James visited him. Dayo, why? James asked, shaking his head. Dayo sighed. I wanted more. I wanted to be like everyone else. But now I have nothing. James looked at him with pity. You had enough, my friend, but you didn't see it. As James walked away, Dayo realized the painful truth. The moment you start comparing yourself to others, you stop seeing the blessings in your own life. And for him, it was too late to turn back. Never let comparison blind you to your own blessings. Dayo had a good life, but he lost everything chasing someone else's. Not everything that shines is gold. Some shortcuts lead to dead ends. Stay true to your path, be patient, and trust your journey. If this story spoke to you, drop a comment and share your thoughts. And if you enjoy deep stories that make you think, join us by subscribing. There's more coming your way.